Hello everybody, you're welcome to our channel. My name is Oluyemisi Onipishaye Davis. I am the founder of the Child Learning Clinic, an educator, and a very intentional parent. I welcome you all to the session, Who Am I Nurturing? As teachers and parents, we're saddled with the responsibility of nurturing young children. And these are the people we are nurturing. But today's session will teach us how to know who these people are. And this will help us in making decisions on nurturing them the way they should be nurtured. So, I ask you, who are you nurturing? Please write who you are nurturing in the comment box. Before we go into the session, I'd like us to look at these 3 questions which I have put together. How do you nurture someone you don't know? Yes, I know we know them by name. Some of them we know where they live. Some of them are our own children, they live with us. But when it comes to you knowing them in person, their personality, we find ourselves stuttering. So, how do you nurture such a person? My second question is, when you are unaware of someone's challenges, how do you navigate nurturing them? Of course, some of us will say, my child is a good child. My child obeys me at all times. While some will say, my child has all the problems in this world. My child needs help. My child is a bully. My child is this. My child is that. So many complaints about their child or children. For your information, there is no perfect child. There is no child that does not need 1, 2, or more things. And that is why they are not perfect. If they are perfect, they wouldn't have needed a parent or a teacher to nurture them in the first place. So it is your duty as a parent or teacher to do your job by nurturing the children under your care effectively. The third question that I will ask is, how do you guide someone whose path you don't understand? How do you guide someone whose path is unknown to you? I will quote from the Bible. Train up a child in the way he should go. When he grows up, he will know the path from it. So the main question today is, who am I parenting? Please pay attention, as you are either parenting 1 or 2 or all the combinations of these things I'm going to mention now. Number 1, a courageous child. Number 2, a creative child. Number 3, a sensitive child. Number 4, a systematic child. Unfortunately, we will not be able to discuss these 4 in this session, but we will do them one at a time. So, for this session, we're going to talk about the courageous child. A courageous child is characterized by a determined and independent nature. Such children exhibit a firm resolve in pursuing their own ideas and desires. They are unyielding in their own conviction, and they try you as a nurturer. They will try you as a parent. As a teacher, this type of children are those ones that try you. If you are not knowledgeable, they will frustrate you. The motto for these children is result, result, results. Whether they are playing, they are in class, they are having fun, they are only interested in just one thing, and that is results. What are the characteristics of a courageous child? Characteristics of a courageous child. Courageous children are activities builders. What do I mean by this? These children are lovers of activities. They are always in action. They don't get tired easily. They can weary you actually. They can weary you. They are energy packed. And because they are result oriented, they seek to see the results, so they don't give up easily. Assertiveness. Have you seen a child that refuses to bow down to general opinions and comments? That is a courageous child. They are argumentative and very determined. They assert their rights in the space they are and are not afraid to express themselves. Independence. They show desires to do things on their own. They make decisions. They usually have a mind of their own and take responsibilities for their actions bravely. Their determination and strong will can be wrongly interpreted as them being stubborn. What are the expected behaviors? The expected behaviors of a courageous child is that they are supposed to have a high level of independence. However, this is not a bad attribute at all. It simply means that your child is not expecting others to think, act, and make decisions for them. This child can stand alone. In fact, if the hall is like 3 million people, this child can have a separate opinion and stand by that opinion. They don't care. They are not bothered about opinions of people. Permit me to share a story that can buttress this particular point. I once had a pupil in my class. His name is Chimdi. On his first day in school, in kindergarten, that is primary 1, age 5 children are expected to be in this class. On the first day in school, it is the culture of the school or of our classroom to not do something very serious. We are always doing nursery rhymes, playing all through the day. This is to let the children acclimatize with the classroom, and also they won't be able to throw tantrums tomorrow and will be willing to come to school, since that first day we all played all through. Unfortunately, this is not the case for this boy. After a few hours in the classroom of doing these activities, we've been singing nursery rhymes, the class has been bustling, we're all loving it, the children are having fun. Chindi walked to my table and said, "Mrs. Davis, does it mean that all you do in this class is to dance, play, sing, all through the day without doing something significant?" I was dazed. The manner of expression of this young boy is the reason why I was dazed. I quickly ran a quick check on the background of this child, and I saw that he is actually the youngest child in the class at the time. While other kids enjoys the activity of the day, Chimdi seems no longer interested. He needed more. He can't see how what we're doing will give him results for the goals he already set for the day. This boy was able to communicate his expectations clearly and fearlessly. This is an example of a courageous child. A courageous child is a competitive child. Oh my, they are very competitive. They take initiative, they are self-reliant, and are always eager to explore and engage in new experiences. Resilience in the face of difficulty and the capacity to bounce back from setbacks are evident. They are leaders and are endowed with problem-solving skills. What are the possible weaknesses of a courageous child? A courageous child can be impulsive without thoroughly considering consequences. For example, imagine a situation whereby a courageous child is excited by the prospect of exploring a forbidden area. He possibly decides to climb a fence marked with warnings, despite knowing it's off limits. Their enthusiasm and courage usually override their consideration for potential consequences. This impulsiveness action could lead to safety risk, injury, and other negative outcomes because the child didn't think thoroughly about the situation before taking actions. Emotional expression. Another very big downside of a courageous child is that they express their opinion assertively, and this might lead to challenges in emotional regulation. Consider this scenario. A group of pupils are working on a collaborative project, and a courageous child, passionate about his ideas, asserts his opinions strongly. If disagreement rises and or if others don't immediately embrace the ideas, a courageous child might find it difficult in regulating his or her emotions. The assertiveness in expressing opinions, coupled with strong attachment to his ideas, may lead to frustration and disappointment. Difficulty accepting limits. A courageous child possesses the challenge in accepting boundaries and limitations by authorities and caregivers. Let's take, for example, a courageous child driven by curiosity and desire for exploration refuses to accept boundaries set by parents regarding screen time, despite clear guidelines. The child's eagerness to engage digital content challenges and impose limitations. This resistance might stem from their courageous and independent nature making. It's challenging for them to accept external restrictions, leading to conflict over established boundaries. Now, what is your role as a nurturer in all of this? As regards the courageous child, what is your role? Number one, reflect questions. It is your role to encourage your child to ask themselves questions before acting, such as, what might happen if I do this? Or, are there potential risks if I engage in this activity? When you are expose your children to questioning themselves in this manner, it will help a courageous child when taking risk. They will be able to think before acting impulsively. Number two, model thoughtful decision making. Teach delay gratification. Teach emotional regulation. Teach risk assessment. Provide a safe environment. Number 3, teach restraint. Respect and treat him like a CEO. You can say things like, you are a leader. Leaders cannot do that. You can tell him, kids don't throw themselves in mud. That's a word from my coach. She's always saying that. Kids don't throw themselves in mud. We will be stopping here for now. It is my hope that I haven't wasted any of your time and that the time you used in watching this session is valuable. It has added some values to you. Until next time, on our next episode of Who Am I Parenting, we will be talking about the creative child. Thank you, and you have a good evening. Bye for now.